everyone, today I'll be reviewing this new Christmas rom-com dropped today on Netflix. It's called Single All the Way, and this is Netflix's first gay romance Christmas movie, and it is starring Michael Urie, Chamber Philemon, and this movie is directed by Michael Myers. And when I saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, oh, this movie looks really very exciting, especially Netflix first gay movie. What do I think about this movie? I think this movie had so much potential. Unfortunately, the movie itself kind of fell apart for me after half an hour. Although it started really strong. In this movie, we see Peter, he's single during the Christmas time. That is how most Christmas movie goes, I guess. But for his character was really interesting. He was living in LA. He was seeing this cardiologist, of course, and then he finds out he's actually married, and then, of course, he breaks up with him. To me, I'm like, when I heard he was cardiologist, the minute I heard that, I was like, oh, he is married, or either he has something going on, because no way, this doctors, they're single, you know what I mean? That is reality. That means that the minute I heard he was a doctor, I knew something was wrong with him. Of course, next minute, we see he's actually married to a woman in this movie. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh, that sucks. Because that means he's going to be single, and now he need to go home for Christmas to meet his family, and they're expecting him to bring someone, which I don't know why they're expecting that. That is very weird, because he's been seeing that doctor only for 3 months. Then, of course, he decided to bring his best friend Nick for Christmas holiday to go there and celebrate Christmas with them, because Nick actually has nothing going on in LA. So when he goes there, and Peter, who's still single, of course, his mom makes so big deal about it, and they she start push him to see someone, and then the dad, who is looking for a handyman, I guess, and Nick is he's a really good handyman in this movie. He start helping him, and then, of course, out of nowhere in this movie, this dad tells him oh, you should be Peter's soulmate. And I was like, really? How does that make sense? Obviously, Nick is his best friend, and whenever you are best friend, of course, you fell in love. That is ridiculous. I find this idea, because simply because I felt like Nick and Peter, both of them were really good friend. Of course, at first Nick is no, we are really good friend. We are not boyfriend. Then, of course, this movie tried to push this idea so hard. Then you see on the other side, Peter was actually seeing someone this ski instructor at first. Then also he goes out to date with many other guys. Then he realized he actually, how it's gonna go. This movie is so predictable. I actually didn't like it that much, the way it was done. Everyone's saying first half an hour was really interesting. I guess when I was seeing Peter's life in LA, he was going all this party. It was very interesting. But once he come to his family in this town, and his aunt, mom, I don't know, all the supporting actor, I didn't like them that much. But however, I really liked Nick in this movie. I feel like Nick was really charming guy. He was because he knows about what is happening. Maybe that's why he was allowed to show charm. Peter, on the other hand, in this movie, he wasn't allowed to be a charming, because he was looking for someone. He's single. He's not allowed to be charming in this movie. So I actually liked Nick a little bit more in this movie. Didn't like the family dynamic, all the things was going on about Christmas stuff. Did not like them at all. All the movie need to be, although you tune in to see some good LGBTQ community movie, with some fun stuff, party stuff. But you actually get his family, and they are doing all this musical stuff, which I found them really boring, honestly. I don't know. I didn't like this movie that much. Didn't click it. I get it. Netflix was trying to make this movie. There was another Christmas movie last year came. It was a huge hit on Hulu. What is the movie I'm forgetting? With the Kristen Stewart. That movie was quite good, and it did well at the online, the streaming services. That movie was hit. So Netflix saw that movie. They were like, oh, why don't we make this movie with Michael Urie? You get Michael Urie in this movie, but he's not allowed to be charming, so it does not work in this movie. Anyway, that's my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? If you enjoyed my review, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave your comment, and please take care.